Morning students, we will now continue with the next topic of separation. Now how to separate two immiscible liquids. Now what is the meaning of immiscible? Immiscible means when you mix two liquids and they do not dissolve in each other. They are known as two immiscible liquids. Okay. Now that is used using a separating funnel. Okay, because these two liquids have got different densities. So the layers are formed depending on their density. Okay. Now here you have a separating funnel and you have got a mixture of kerosene and water. Okay, now this is a stopcock, and after shaking this funnel, after some time you let the layers separate down and then open the stopcock. Okay, now first initially when you open this stopcock, this layer of water, it comes out of this separating funnel, and then when this layer reaches here, you stop the stopcock. Okay, and then a second container, you again open the stopcock, and from here to here you will have a layer of kerosene. So water and kerosene is separated using this separating funnel. Okay, this is how two immiscible liquids are separated generally. Now the applications here: to separate mixture of oil and water generally. Okay, this is used, and for extraction of iron in its ore, you have a slag formed during the extraction. Now this slag is lighter in weight. Okay, so it's removed from the top by this separation method, and the molten iron settles down at the bottom of the furnace. Now this is a principle that immiscible liquids separate out in layers depending on their densities. Okay, now the next separation is a separation of mixture of salt and camphor. Now what is what do you know about camphor? I think you know that camphor is a substance which changes directly from solid to gaseous state on heating. Okay, so this is a volatile component among salt and camphor, but this camphor is mixed in salt. Okay, now this camphor can sublimate directly. Okay, and it is getting separated from this non-sublimable impurity, that is salt. Okay, so this is a process of sublimation. Now this sublimation process can be used only in those quantities which directly sublimate from solid to gaseous state. Okay, like camphor. Okay. Now there are other sublimating substances in your course. Just remember the examples, that is ammonium chloride, naphthalene, anthracene. So there are four sublimating substances which can be separated using this method. Now how is this method? If you go through this activity here, you have a china dish where camphor and salt is mixed. Okay, there's a cotton plug here on an inverted funnel, and just you heat. So what happens? This camphor gets sublimated. Okay, from solid to directly to gas. Okay, the vapors of camphor, and then because there is no heat here in this region, it solidifies immediately. So it can be collected, the salt will be remaining in this dish. Okay, this is how you separate the sublimating substances. Now we go to the next type of separation, that is separation of substances using chromatographic paper. Okay, now here is an activity where you have a black ink. Okay, now this is a chromatographic paper where you put a drop of ink. As you can see, here is a line drawn by the pencil, and this is a drop. Okay, now you put this paper in a container which contains little bit of amount of water. This water should not exceed the line drawn by the pencil. Okay, and then close the lid with a glass rod. Okay, and then wait for some time. Now what happens? The water rises up on this filter paper. Okay, now along with the rising of water, you will see that the ink particles also, they rise. Okay, now this is used for separation of dyes. This ink is made up of different dyes. Okay, so you can separate each dye using this method of chromatography. Now I'll just read the inference. Ink that we use has water as soluble solvent, dye as soluble solute. Okay, now this water rises up on the filter paper. It takes along with it the dye particles. The dye is a mixture of two or more colors. The colored component that is more soluble in water rises faster, and the soluble component which is less soluble in water rises slowly. In this way we get colors separated. So if you have got 2 or 3 colors mixed, you will have rising up like this, one color then the next color, depending on the solubility. More soluble, it will rise up more, less soluble, it will rise up less. Okay. Now the separation of components of a mixture is known as chromatographic technique. Chroma means in Greek color. Okay. So this technique was initially used for separation of colors. Okay. Now the chromatography is a technique used for separation of those solutes that dissolve in the same solvent. Okay. So the solvent should be common, and there should be more than one solutes which are dissolved in this solvent. Okay. Now where it is applied, the application is, it separates the colors in a dye, pigments from the natural colors, and drugs from blood. Okay. So wherever, if you have got blood testing for drugs, they will use this chromatographic technique. Thank you.